I'm working on a part for my infinity cube at the moment. It's a bearing block. I've got 4 holes here which I need to tap. So I might as well continue with my tapping experiment under the drill press. So I made the first part I need. It's not completed yet, but it's some sort of pulley. And this will hold the spring mechanism. Let's see. There's a step in here. This will fit together, but I have to secure these two together so they won't move independently. And I've got a step here, so I have to mark this and somehow remove it. I drilled this hole to 10 millimeters and reamed it. It's a little bit undersized for what I need at the moment, but that's on purpose. I'm trying to see if I can fit it in my rotary table under my micro mill. For that I need to make a plug which indexes this at the center on 10 millimeters and 14 millimeters in the center of the rotary table. I centered my rotary table, my micro mill with this plug and a old broken PCB drill, and I also made this plug, which is quite a tight fit to center this part, but it's a very close fit. So I have to press it on maybe. So I will try to put this part, which is stainless steel, in the freezer for a moment, or until it's at freezing temperature, to see if it will fit then. And I can also heat this part to make them fit, and afterward just tap this plug out, which this plug I can reuse. So the pin was a tighter fit than I expected, so I had to force it in with a hammer, but it's centered and clamped. So now I will mill out these edges. It's a real mess over here, the stuff is everywhere. I can now fit the ring and the cap with the spring in it. I don't remember if I showed it. I have to clean it out. Now I can think about how I should attach this to my drill press. Starting on the second pulley, made a groove and bored part. It's free machining steel, a bit I'd left lying around from another project. Drilling a second hole in the pulley, 8 millimeters. Some asymmetric grooving for a better radius. I'm creating a flat spot. Making an insert for the 8 millimeter hole. Milling a flat spot for better drilling. And one on the other side. And drilled a big and a small hole in the aluminum pulley. And now it holds a adjust cable, which is meant to be on a bicycle. A finished steel pulley, which holds this pin, which can lock the cable with a set screw. But the cable has to be trimmed to size, otherwise it won't fit. It doesn't come out of the other end of the hole. But these are the moving parts. Now I need some kind of bolt to secure this one to my drill press. I'm tapping for M10. And this is the third tap, and getting the tap in properly is a difficult part. I mean, important part. It's not very difficult, but the tap should be aligned with the hole properly. And this would be easier with a spring-loaded center again. So, third tap. Press the feet at the same time while I turn the chuck to keep pressure on the end of the tap. But if I want to reverse, and then I need to remove the center from the tap. It's easy when you constrain the tap holder, but it's also kind of dangerous. I'm not applying much force on this hand wheel. It's just for guiding. I don't think these taps are suitable for tapping under power. They're from a manual tap set. Spot to mount the second pulley and the spring holder. And there's already an M5 hole in here. And I was wondering what it was for. So I checked the inside of my drill, and there is a hole which leads to the belt drive. It's this hole over here. Don't know what it's for. Maybe an option I don't have on my machine. But this hole clears the hole which is in the casting, so I can use it. Maybe I can drill it out, but I rather don't. So I think I'll mount a plate on it which holds an axle. I made the stud. It's 11.5 millimeters in diameter at the moment. This side's M10. And now I will cut the slot. Won't just use a saw. And that will hold the spring, the original coiled spring. Boring the aluminum pulley to 11.5 millimeters. Here's a base plate I made. Put a bolt circle in it. I I will only use 2 holes, but this stud, it screws in here, and when I put on the spring, then the force of the spring would unscrew this one. So this one has to be locked, and I thought maybe the bolt circle makes it easier to make a smaller adjustment to the spring tension if I can just rotate this one instead of making this stud adjustable on an angle. I think I will put a pin through it to secure it, boring the stud. I think it was going to be too rigid, so I bored it, but I should have done it before I made the saw cut. I don't think it's very good for the drill. Fortunately it didn't break, so that's okay, but I should have done it before I made the cut. And now maybe I will even drill it one size larger. This is 3.5 millimeters. I've got this 5 millimeter drill. You can side drill with it a bit. I hope it's not going to break, but maybe it's better to have this in this uneven cut. I center drilled this piece before I started drilling it again. I'm afraid of using a real mill. Maybe it will break even easier because of the sudden side loads. This one is holding out for now. There's not much chips in here. The chips are small and most of them are pushed through the side opening. Should be nearing the end of the slot. Don't know if it helped to use this drill, but I think the hole is okay. and there's not too much deflection left, so maybe it helped. Test fit, I scratched the line over here at the edge of the cap. I'm not sure what the best way is to do this, but I want to turn this outside diameter over here to 10 millimeters. Right now it's oval, and I want to cut threads on it, or maybe I will even go down to 8 millimeters. It will take a bit more material off, make it easier for it to bend. But I want to be able to put a nut on it without it being able to flex inward and releasing the nut. And I've put a bit of copper in here to allow for the distance, the thickness of the spring. Turning it half a rotation to make sure the side which was clamped by 2 jaws is now clamped by 1. This is suboptimal. Yeah, never mind that. Now I have to find something with a 10 millimeter bore. My phone storage was full. I had to clear it, and I did some other stuff yesterday. I had trouble tapping this in the lathe, so I had to put it in a hex nut and tap it by hand. I managed to start it in the lathe, so that's not a problem. This part is finished now, and I can assemble all the pieces and then see how I can mount it on my drill press. I drilled a hole in here, 2.5 millimeters through, with stud in place, and then I relieved parts of both sides to 3 millimeters. Now we'll put in a pin. I'm forgetting something. This pulley needs a cross pin to connect it to the hand wheel shaft. I dremeled the slot and cut a nail to size and put it in. So this part needed a lot more work. I countersunk the holes, but it was not deep enough, so I had to make 2 even deeper. And there was M5 threads in these holes, which I removed. I just drilled 5 millimeters, because on the tap threads are useless in there if I want to screw it to my drill. It's counterproductive even. And I left the threads in the other holes. I'll just check how I can fix this one first. I put a pin in, and that's about it for this part. I have to decide where I want to put the second hole. The cable will leave the pulley somewhere over here, I think, and then it will either go over this pulley or under, and it depends on if I want to pull or push with spindle. Last minute addition, I punched some numbers in the steps in the aluminum pulley. Drilled and tapped the hole in the casting. Now I can assemble everything. First the aluminum pulley and the little metal disc, and the cable is secured in the pulley. And then the cap with the spring and a washer. I suddenly decided to do some reorganizing in my storage space, so there might be some continuity errors in the background. But I added this wing nut. It's quite tight. Doesn't want to turn very much. Got to use a lot of force. And I also added this ring. It's just a bent piece of. It's an old bicycle spoke, just something I had lying around. And I adjusted the tension on the cable and the spring. And now I can use it as a drill again. So that's a good point. I'd already drilled this piece, but I have to tap it. So I put it on here. Let's pretend I just drilled it. Now I will change the setup to tapping. So first I have to lower the spindle a bit, secure this one and release the tension on the cable. Right, this is a bit tricky. I could put it on the depth stop, but I forgot. Now there's too much wire in here, maybe one revolution too much, but I can always shorten it. Now I release this. Pull it a bit. Tighten it. And release it. Now the spring works the other way around. And I already made a piece of 5mm round stock. I'm putting it on the tap stop now. It's center drilled for the smaller taps which end in a point. Let's see which one. In the first part I used a bigger tap for another hole, and I had a larger tap wrench, but this one fits in here. So now the drill is pressing down on the tap. Add some liquid, some tapping fluid or lubricant. The metal part is about 17.5mm thick. And you can see the hand wheel turning along with the rotation of the tap, so that's a good thing. Now I will get it out. That's at the end. I hope it's far enough. I have to tap all the way through. There's quite some force on this. Maybe too much, I hope not. Second tap with 2 rings. setting the depth stop. Third tap, one without the rings. Carefully releasing the depth stop and holding the handle. I don't want the spindle to crush into the tap. I now have tapped hole and 6. Putting in the first step again. Let's see what happens if I try it without clamping it. Locating the next hole for tap number 1. That didn't take too long. Now I can go back to the second tab. If I can release this one. Kind of over-tightened it. Second tab. Let's see. Minute time limit. That's an indication for how long I've been busy. Get this every time. There's a bit of wiggle room in here, but I think it doesn't really matter. Now, this is something I made a long time ago. It's just a piece of threaded rod with a cap secured on it with a M3 screw, and then a handle through it. And I use it as a clamp for my drilling table. To hold down drill vise. should be an extra washer on it, but I don't know where it is. But I'm going to use this as a stop against rotating. Got a bit of resistance. Maybe there was some chip stuck in there. I haven't cleaned the hole. This one had a bit of resistance. Also some resistance on this hole. Maybe it's the pressure on the threads. Usually I don't have that much pressure on my tap when I'm tapping. There's a constant force on it now. It's getting a bit slippery. And this is much lighter again. Maybe my tap is a bit dull. My second one. That's it, 6 tapped holes. It took me a while to make this, but I think it's successful. Now maybe it's not necessary to make all this with the 2 pulleys. The video where I got the idea from, I don't remember who posted it, but I will look it up and put it on the screen. I used a spring over here, and it was just an extending coil spring, which wound up a cable all around the pulley. And maybe that's a bit easier to make and construct, and then you can just remove the spring, coil the steel cable the other way around, and then attach it again. But I wanted to use the original one, and I didn't think I had enough room for the coil springs. And now I can always return this one to its original state, except for the extra hole I drilled. But I think it works okay, and I will be continuing with my Infinity Cube project now. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon. Alright, I just remembered I showed how I have to change it back to drilling again. So now I'm releasing the the depth stop, so it's now pressed down with spring. Turn it up a bit. Tighten this wing nut. Pull out this one. Pull this one back up. Put spindle on the height stop or depth stop. Now put this back in. Now it's a drill again, so that's it. And, I'll see you soon, hopefully.